Hey, how y'all doing? Who I got with me tonight? Hey, beautiful eyes. How are you? Mysterious mermaid. Hey, I see y'all still up like I am. Hey, Castro, how you doing? Hey, y'all. Well, hey, Begging Beverly. Hey, y'all night owls just like I am. I need to be in a bed. But anyway, guys, you see hey, Candy Cane. Hey, welcome everybody to the channel. Fine, just up, can't sleep. How are you? I'm actually doing pretty well. I'm pretty well. Um, I just had some thoughts on my mind that I wanted to speak about before I actually went to sleep. So, thank you to everybody that is in here. Hey, Miss Shan, how are you? I just wanted to speak about a few things. As you guys see, the title of this live is called The King and the Queen. And I am dedicating this live to King Sean Bradley and also Queen Shelley, Queen S. Hutchinson. Um, hey, Miss Piggy. I want to say that today really, really touched me. And I'm very glad that those two were able to finally have the talk that I agree that they should have been had. I'm very happy about that. And I think the thing that I find funny at the same time is that we see each other war on YouTube all the time. And when people decide to come together and work it out just between those two, you be surprised how many people actually find fault within that. And I think that is super sad and super immature. Okay. I believe that two people, if it is within the stars for them to settle their differences, that is what is supposed to happen and that is supposed to be respected. I give all the props to both of them because I know that that was something probably difficult for them to even approach. And the fact that they were able to finally do that, regardless of the circumstance, like I said, my hat goes off to both of them, and I think it's an excellent thing. And I also give a shout out to not only Club Chat, but to everybody who supports Shelly as well. Her moderators within her live were super respectful, and I think that regardless of the different camps that people have, I think that everybody, majority of the people that were in her chat earlier, wanted to see this happen, wanted to see this come to some type of resolve. And again, my hat's up. I've never personally had an issue with Shelly. I've always respected her because of the fact that she has always been who she is. Okay. Um, didn't know that. That's just wonderful. My sister and I just squashed our beef after 2 months. So I'm happy for that and happy for Sean. Exactly. Um, and a lot of things in life can be settled with just a simple discussion. For instance, my mom, I'll give a great example of her. She had an issue with somebody that lived on her street when they were younger. Because, back in the day, all the kids, we all grew up together in the same neighborhoods and everything. And she had a long standing issue with a friend of hers. And I think they went maybe about 25 years without speaking to each other. And then I would say earlier this year, they ended up at some type of event for somebody in the neighborhood because, of course, they still are kept in touch. And when she ended up speaking to the person that she had the issue with, it turns out that it was a total misunderstanding. And for 25 years, these two people went without talking to each other. And it took them a couple of minutes to solve what it was. And that is the case with a lot of us in life and just period. A lot of things can't honestly be solved with a conversation. But both people have to be at the point to where they are both willing to let down the walls and just let it happen. And then it makes it harder too when you have outside people who do not want to allow it to happen, or after it happens there's an issue created, and it's like at the end of the day, who want to be warring with somebody all the time? Who want to be at odds with somebody? And people have the whole thing about forgiveness all messed up. Just because you forgive somebody, it doesn't take away your power or make it to where you're excusing anything you felt they have done. That's not the case. When they say that forgiveness is for you, it truly is for you. But again, like I tell you guys all the time, when the spirit moves you to do something, you have to do it. And it is not for everybody to understand. Now, I may sound like a tape recorder a lot of the times, but a lot of the things is true, And then when you're holding on to certain energies can stop and block a lot of your own blessings or just different things that you want to pursue or whatever. I'll get all facts. Thank you. Thank you, beautiful eyes. Excuse me. And another thing I wanted to say too is the book that I had read years ago. Is my favorite book, and it's called Trust Your Vibes, and it's by Sonia Choquette. Okay. In the future, I will discuss that book with you guys. But in the book, she talks about how, because she's a medium, a psychic medium or whatever, and she had been one since she was a kid. And one of her clients was this lady who had a broken engagement. Okay, the engagement ended badly. Hey, Miss Deborah, the engagement ended badly. Okay, so she was still holding on to, the anger of what went on between her and her then fiance. So when she went to go see Sonia told her, she said, "You need to get rid of that engagement ring." And the lady like, "Oh my God, I don't want to get rid of it. Why do I have to get rid of this engagement ring?" And Sonia told her like, "Okay, you just sat here and talked about how crappy this guy was, about all these bad memories. Why are you holding on to this ring? You need to get rid of the ring." So, I think about a year later, she ended up giving the ring to this young couple who were engaged and wanted to get married. They were young. They didn't have a lot of money, and so she ended up giving the ring away to them for free. Well, as appreciation for her doing that, the young couple ended up inviting her to their wedding. She goes to their wedding and then meets who would become her future husband. What if she had not have done that? You get what I'm saying? Y'all see how her just giving up that ring opened up something for her. Everything in this life holds energy, even a piece of paper, even old letters. Something in your house could be holding you back from something that you can't even imagine. She also talks about, yes, universe, yes. She talks about in the book also about learning to let stuff go. Like I said, throwing away old letters, throwing away old cards. We hold on to material things and don't even realize, again, the energy that could be held on to that. So that's why I know everybody have heard like every 6 months, or however often you do it. If it's something that you're not using and it's in your house, throw it away. Throw it away. Everything, including a piece of paper, holds energy. You know what I'm saying? So that's right, Miss Shan. You got to let it go. You have to let it go. And again, I just think today was very powerful. I think that the power period of club chat also, you have people who come down on us for that. Um, try to be negative, try to throw shots, which I think is ridiculous because I'm like, people throwing shots at club chat, but yet y'all always inside a club chat. I don't understand that. Deep down inside, they know that we are not terrible people. We all have our different personalities. We go through all different type of emotions together, but I think that we also help each other at the same time. And that's why I am a person exactly always in there. Exactly. I don't get that. It's like people that talk the most mess about club chat, they always inside there, and I never understand that. I started clearing out my house last week. Yeah, you have to do that, Miss Shan. You got to clear out all of that stuff. I do it all the time. I throw away cards, all types of stuff. And when I first started doing that, it was very difficult at times because you were told you're supposed to hold on to everything. But then when I started to learn how to let go, not only mentally, but let go of stuff physically, I felt lighter. And that's just like, for instance, like when you in your house, you feel better when your house is clean. When you got a whole bunch of stuff all around, you start to feel kind of like not right on the inside. I really need to do that. I'm over all this clutter. Yeah, you got to do it because it just it clouds your energy and it makes it to where you're not even able to fully operate. Like even in your room, it's important that you clear under your bed, all of that stuff, so that you can be able to sleep. Even the colors in your house that you got on your walls, that make a difference. You know, you have to make sure that your home reflects the energy that you want to be on. Colors and all of that stuff make a difference. But again, I'm just proud of everything that's going on. I think everything, of course, is happening for a reason. And I am never mad when two people decide to come together and just make amends. And like I said, it does not always mean that you and that person are going to be friends. You just never know how it's going to go. But holding on to stuff like that is not healthy for nobody involved. And I'm just happy about what happened today. And I don't care who got a problem with it. I don't care who think is weak or all this other stuff. You just got some people out here. Hey, Dree. You just got some people out here that just want to stay within the mess. And I can say for me personally, I don't want to remain that way. And also too, you can forgive people and never have a conversation with them. You know what I'm saying? You could just decide to move on and not have to go back and forth with people. That is also an option as well. Just getting understanding for one another. Yeah, absolutely. That's all that it take. You know, you can decide, okay, my energy is not mixing with this person. And I'm just talking about on here. My energy is not mixing with this person. Okay, you can let it go. Y'all should be able to operate within the same chats without being petty, without throwing shots, all that type of stuff. I don't deal with you for whatever reason. You don't deal with me. That's the end of it. It shouldn't have to be all this different mess. You get what I'm saying? And as I've stated to you guys before, I want to live in peace. I want to live in peace in my real life, and I want to live in peace when it comes to these YouTube streets. Now, is it going to get messy sometimes? Yes, it is. We all like the mess. We all participated in some type of way. Hey, hey, Dazzle. Exactly. You cannot like a person and no one has to know. No, they don't have to know. I'm not. I can be petty. I'm not gonna lie. I have my petty moments, but I'm not petty to the point. Hey, Miss A, I'm not petty to the point to where I'm gonna sit up there and just keep picking at somebody. I'm just not gonna do that. I don't. I'm not with that. Okay, I'm not to let me keep my enemies. Hey, Lioness, I'm here to debunk. You here to debunk what, Dazzle? I want you to be at peace because of the strawberry. Yeah, I'm good, Miss Piggy. I'm good. What are you here to debunk, Dazzle? Oh, okay. Sorry, Dazzle. I don't know. I didn't know what you was trying to say, girl. Yeah, don't. I'm sorry, Dazzle. I didn't know what angle you was coming from. That's why I was like, wait a minute, what's about to happen? But no, I understand. I respect that, Dazzle. And anytime you come over here, I'm not trying to be on that type of energy either. I want all of us to be able to have fun, to have as real of a conversation as we could possibly have on these YouTube streets. We might have to be a little muted when it comes to some of it because of the state. It's still a lot of mess that's going on, But I do wish that a lot of us could be more open with each other, because I'm quite sure you have a story. Anybody that's on here listening have a story. I have a story that, we could all share with each other and maybe help each other through some things. But because of how crazy it is on here, it makes it to where you have to almost be muted in a type of way. And that's a very uncomfortable feeling when you are an open person and your goal is to help people. That's kind of annoying. Miss Piggy, oh yes. Yeah, it is. It is. It makes it to where you can't even fully give of yourself like you would want to. Like I got so many stories that I would love to share with you guys. You know what I'm saying? But again, it's just the waters is too dirty at this point. Eventually I will be getting my own Patreon, but like I said, I'm trying to build up my following a little more, which I will do after I come back from Vegas. I'll be more active. But I will be eventually going to Patreon so that we can actually have call-ins and be in a safe space to where, no one has to worry about getting attacked or having their stories used against them. Hey, Mia S. To where we can have like more of a safer space, because YouTube is not the place for that, unfortunately. You know. But other than that, it's definitely not safe on. Yeah, it's not safe on YouTube. It's really not. It's really not, and it's a shame. And I think that's what's extremely sad. But other than that, how do you guys feel about everything? Let me know y'all opinions on stuff. Whatever on your mind, just put it in the chat. I would like that we should be able to grow individually and collectively. I absolutely agree. Distinctively, Dree. Dazzle, it's draining. It's very draining. It's extremely draining. Just watching everything is draining. And that is also another reason why I have not been super active lately. Not only, of course, because like I said, I have personal things that I have to deal with because I have a real life outside of here. Hey, Star Kales, welcome to the chat. Um, but it is draining, especially when you do not deal with this type of stuff in your real life. Half of this mess, I tell y'all, for real, I don't deal with. I'm very cutthroat and straight to the point. The doxing is so wrong. It is wrong. Because I think what everybody forget is that all of us have a past. Everybody have things, period, that they are not so open to share, or if they do want to share, they should be able to share it on their terms and in their own time. You get what I'm saying? Everybody has a closet, okay? Whether you have 10 skeletons in yours and I have two in mine, nonetheless, we both have closets, okay? I like to have fun, dance, and laugh. Me too, Miss Piggy. I like to have fun. Right, I sure do got a pet. Yeah, we all got one. That's what I'm saying. With all these people just going above and beyond, and it's like, come on, if we dug into each other, everybody's past, we all be looking like, ooh, wait a minute, But it is what it is. Everybody's past has brought them to a certain point in life, and it's just whether or not you choose to be positive with it. Now, being positive does not mean that you're going to be on the up and up all the damn time. That's not how that go. Hey, Fee. It don't mean that you're going to be on the up and up all the time. And just because you also choose to live a positive path, excuse me, it also does not mean that trials and tribulations will not still come your way. Okay? It just means that you'll have a thicker skin to deal with it. You'll skate through it. Something that may have knocked you down will make it to where at this point, when you have evolved to a certain point, it won't knock you down. You will dust your shoulders off and keep it moving. I was so happy for Sean and Shelly and everyone that purged all the hairy spirits. I was too. I thought it was a beautiful moment. And I think that is something that they both needed for their growth as people. We are still human. We are still flawed. Exactly, distinctively Dream. You brought up something today, and I've always looked just how much we turn molestation into a weapon to hurt someone, not thinking that the next person would be affected because I'm a victim. Hey, sexy Harlem. Hey, Mr. Yeah, no. Um, Dazzle, you're right. But you know what I said earlier, it wasn't, I was not coming from a bad place. You know what I'm saying? I really was not coming from a bad place. But because we all have said things out of anger. Okay? But at the same time, you do have to be conscious of the people that are listening, because you have a lot of people that not only have trauma, but not only do they have trauma, some people have not actually gone through the steps that they need to go through in order to heal that trauma. You get what I'm saying? Because we all know that within our community, that going to therapy is not a popular option. That's right, Dazzle. Unresolved trauma. Thank you, Miss Leo. Yes, Miss A, it was beautiful. You know, it's not a popular thing to go and sit down with a stranger and talk to them about your issues, because it can be an embarrassing thing. And, you know, people's traumas can be used as weaknesses. And who want to go and lay themselves bare in front of a stranger? You can, some of us can barely lay ourselves bare in front of family members that we share blood with. I didn't know about JoJo's situation prior today, and now I'm disgusted. That was crazy. It is crazy. It was crazy. And like I said, my heart goes out to JoJo. You know, my heart goes out to her. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, all I was trying to say to her was is that not to let that situation hold her hostage. But again, I understand it being hard to get out of a certain place, especially when you've been violated. I get that part. So, like I said again, my heart goes out to JoJo, and I hope that she was able to take in what it was that I was trying to say to her. I hope that she didn't take any offense, because I meant no offense by it. I just want her to heal, and I want all of us to heal. You know, I Hey, Shay, how are you? Welcome to the live. Yes, I understand JoJo's situation. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. But again, you have to. I've said to you guys before as well. Just because you can say it, don't mean that you should. And you have to be therapy and willing to speak out loud and acknowledge what has happened is necessary to move on. It is necessary to move on. But again, I acknowledge it's not an easy process for everybody. And everybody do their stuff differently, you know. But again, you have to be careful about what it is that you're saying when other people are listening, because everybody is not at the exact same level, you know. But again, I acknowledge being in anger and saying things in a bad way, because you just expressing what you feel. We all do it, so I get it. Wait, let me see. I honestly wish I could talk to that little girl inside of VS, because I know what it's like to be locked away in pain. And I understand that. I completely understand that. And I go along with the sentiment that I definitely identify and I sympathize with that young girl. But some of the things she said was too much. I think she also needs therapy too. I mean, I get that, but at the end of the day, it was a big step for both of them. It was a big step for both of them. And it's not going to always look the way that we feel it should look. You get what I'm saying? That's just like I still feel the same way I feel about Nicole. Now, I know people had their ways that they feel about Nicole, but I still think that was something necessary for her and Shine, and it was not for y'all or nobody else to understand. You get what I'm saying? It just was not. That was a moment meant for them. Whatever comes after that, it is what it is. They both answered to what they needed to answer to, period. Because it could have not happened. So sometimes you got to try to take some positive out of it and just look at stuff for what it is in the moment. Yeah, it is. It is. But at the end of the day, it's not an excuse at the same time. It's not an excuse. A lot of us, and again, it goes back to me saying how because of the YouTube streets is so volatile like they are, a lot of us are not able to comfortably share our stories. That person is not the only person who has had trauma. A lot of us have had trauma. That is no excuse to be hateful towards other human beings. Is no excuse whatsoever. At the end of the day, we all have to take accountability for our actions. And you have to grow from certain points. And I'll say again, your ignorance is not an excuse. Because when you coming at somebody with that type of hate, if you coming towards me like that, everybody not in a place to be able to overlook it at the time. Because if you coming at me, I don't care what. I'm keeping it real and I'm not trying to be mean. But when somebody coming at you full force, it's easy for the other person that the person is coming towards to put their wall up and not care or have any empathy for what you went through or whatever. You get what I'm saying? Because all they looking at is I'm being attacked. And you back anybody into a corner, they're going to come out fighting. So that's why even those who have maybe said nasty things, I'm not giving them no passes when it comes to that, which is why I said what I said earlier today. But I also wanted it to be known that I understood the place of anger that they were coming from. But at the same time, you have to be careful not to turn into the very thing that you are angry at. And that is easy for any of us to do when you get caught up into that place. So you have to have compassion all the way around. And my prayer for everybody is to be able to heal whatever it is they got going on with them so that we do not keep using each other as human targets. The reality of life is there are times where me and you may deal with each other or we decide, okay, your energy don't match with mine. Either party should be able to just walk away. It should not be all this extra stuff involved. That's my only thing. When you back someone into a corner, people who have been traumatized and haven't dealt with it are always defensive. Exactly. That is. But I mean, if you really think about it, we all are. It's just on different levels. We all have triggers. Your triggers may be at a 1, mine might be at a 10. Everybody has something or a button that can be pushed, which is why we have to start being more empathetic towards each other. That's why, like I said, for me, it's certain things that I don't say or go. I don't talk about people's children because I have a child. And I know how I would feel if somebody said something about my child. And this is regardless of whether I like you or not. Whether I like you or not, if you're a mother and I'm a mother, the mother within me understands the mother within you, even if I don't agree. I'm not bringing it up. I don't bring up nobody's spouse or none of that. You get what I'm saying? I spent years feeling like I was the only person in the world who has suffered that kind of hurt. I can't believe that there's so many others. And then the way it is weaponized is not cool. I totally understand that, little Shay. I do. I understand that. Because it should not be weaponized in any type of way. But also, we have to teach each other. And if you have somebody that's willing to listen or be taught, Everybody is not going to automatically put a brick wall up to you and say, okay, I don't get what you say. Sometimes it do take us to verbalize, but maybe in a certain type of way verbalize it, and then you will have somebody come along and be like, well, dang, I didn't think about it like that. I mean, that's the same thing for me. It's things I've heard people say that I may have been feeling totally opposite. But once I sat there and actually listened to what they were saying, I'm like, well, you know what? You're right. Maybe I shouldn't have said that like that. You know, all of us can stand to be corrected. And there are levels to all of us. It's just whether or not we give each other a chance. Now, some people, granted, they done been shown. Ain't nothing that we can do about it. They gonna be who they gonna be. And the only people that's gonna be able to help them change is if the master step in himself. That's a fight that ain't ours. But when it come to all of us have something that's good within us. It's just whether or not we willing to take the chance to actually see outside of that. But at the end of the day, I just want all of us just to be better towards each other. Yeah, you know, some people, they don't know. They just simply don't know. And some things can be solved with just a simple conversation. Everybody is not unapproachable. Everybody is not out to just be manipulative and destroy. They're not. Holla at them and say, like, look, you know, I think that I'm offended by what you say, or, I think that, you may mean this, but you spraying everybody with that. It's okay to say that. It's just the way you say it. And you never know. They may actually be open to listening to it. But again, like I said, I know there are some exceptions. We already know that. Respecting boundaries. Yes, respecting boundaries. But again, I'm glad about what happened today. I think that is positive. I hope that some things can happen more. Some things we know is not going to happen. But then again, we never thought this would happen. So who knows? The point is, if you just see anything that's positive, embrace it. Be in the moment. I have never seen so many adults with zero boundaries. I mean, yeah, but if you think about it, just outside of YouTube, this is the world that we live in. Boundaries don't exist for a lot of people. That's just the society that we're living in. I promise all of you guys that I am definitely working on a more positive channel and content. Somebody has to be the shift. I mean, I respect that, all shade. Like I said, I love your content because I feel like you are unbiased. I feel like that you do be fair. And, that's why I've never had a problem with any of the things that you have said. I think that whatever journey that you decide to go on, I respect it. I don't have no, like I said, for me personally, even if some of the things that you have said I have disagreed with, I never go at you or take it personal, because I really do believe that you're coming from a fair place and you're coming from a place of really trying to understand. And I can't do anything but respect that. So I think what you're doing is a good thing, and whatever it is, that you do, I definitely will support, because I do see your heart in it, and that's all I can appreciate. But I do want all of us to try to change the landscape. No problem, a little shade, no problem whatsoever. I do want all of us to try to change the landscape. Like I said, it's still gonna be mess, because some people, they make it easy. We gonna laugh, we gonna joke. None of us are perfect, okay? Yeah. I love what she bring. I think it's a excellent balance, but a change does have to be made, but we have to also acknowledge that it's not going to change overnight. We have to not put everybody into a box. you know, Again, some people, they gonna be who they are. Some other people, we have to give them a chance. They may be weak in this area. It don't mean that they ain't worth a damn in others. Sometimes it may take just a conversation, just a little correction. We all gonna have our times to where somebody gonna maybe have to pull us to the side and be like, look, you need to kind of chill out on that. A lot of us will listen. It's just about the way that you do it. But you can't come at nobody crazy and then wonder why they not listening. It's just that simple. All of us have edges and things that we could change. So, that's pretty much all I got to say tonight, guys. Peace and love, Lioness, and chat on babysitting duty. Stay blessed. Thank you, Miss Deborah. That's my 313 sister. But guys, I'm about to go ahead and lay down. Thank you all for joining me in this live. I wish all of you blessings and peace, and anything that is worrying you guys, I'm telling you, to worrying about it is not going to help it. Trust that the universe got your back. Trust that God, whoever you believe in, has your back. And know that as long as you wake up in the morning, you got another chance to deal with it. Ain't none of us perfect. We all got battles that we're battling, but there's no reason for us to take it out on each other. Let's grow, y'all. Have a great night and stay blessed. Bye, guys.